Gratitude isn't just an emotion, it's a powerhouse that can revolutionize your life. Yet, many fail to grasp its full potential. By delving into this guide and implementing its strategies, you're primed to soar ahead, cultivating an attitude of gratitude that sets you apart. Within these pages, you'll uncover the essence of gratitude and its profound impact. Transitioning to a gratitude-driven life demands dedication, understanding, and persistence. It's a journey that unfolds gradually, not overnight. But fear not, for you can kickstart this transformation right after absorbing the wisdom offered here. Discover how gratitude acts as a magnet for abundance, leveraging the law of attraction to manifest your desires. While others dwell on scarcity, you'll bask in appreciation, ushering in a realm of plenty. Nurturing a gratitude mindset is key, and this guide provides the roadmap. Soon, expressing gratitude will become second nature, ingrained in your daily habits. Embrace this practice fervently, for its effects ripple outward, infusing your life with optimism and joy. Forge deeper connections, enhance your well-being, and embark on a journey of self-discovery, all fueled by the transformative power of gratitude. Our guide equips you with the most effective methods, ensuring your ascent to an attitude of gratitude is swift and sure. Follow our counsel and watch as your life blossoms with newfound abundance and fulfillment. Chapter 1. What is gratitude? What comes to mind when you think of the term gratitude? We think that it all comes down to counting your blessings, being truly appreciative of everything you receive, and appreciating the small things in life that add up to a great deal. When you wake up in the morning, express gratitude for another day of life. Consider everything as a miracle, that you are alive, that there is a roof over your head, that you have access to food and drink, and so on. This is one of the finest ways to grasp thankfulness. Developing a constant awareness of what you have, no matter how modest, is the true art of gratitude. The majority of people have a tendency to focus on what they lack. If they continue in this manner, the law of attraction will continue to provide them with lack. Regular acts of appreciation help you shift your attention from constantly focused on your current state of need to one of abundance. Developing an attitude of thankfulness also has health benefits. Numerous studies have demonstrated that being gratitude increases happiness and a person's ability to overcome obstacles in life. The easy act of expressing gratitude, saying thank you, is ingrained in most of us when we get something from someone else. It's usually an instinctive response. However, expressing gratitude can have a big impact on both the one receiving and the one providing it. If the act of giving thanks is associated with a powerful feeling, the impact is considerably greater. When you give someone a heartfelt thank you, they will feel good about themselves if they can tell that you genuinely appreciate what they have done for you. Gratitude has a long history. Cicero, the Roman philosopher, spoke about thankfulness more than 2 millennia ago. He saw its potential and said it kept people young and opened openings. Gratitude was considered a true virtue by Cicero. However, we think that being grateful is much more than just a virtue. It is a powerful emotion that people experience from deep within. We feel this on the inside when we are thankful to other people, and we also feel good when we are grateful in return. Making a lot of powerful connections will be facilitated by adopting an attitude of appreciation and using the power of this inner feeling and emotion. Regretfully, thankfulness is not as common as it formerly was, and we want to see a huge resurgence of it. A feeling of inclusion. Since we are social creatures, showing thanks to others helps us feel more like members of the human race. You will feel completely fine when you are appreciative. This is a quick task for you to complete. Shut your eyes and recall an instance when you truly felt valued. Make this emotion powerful and give it your best. Take note of the words you hear. What emotions are you going through? What truly made these emotions feel appreciated? At the time, what were your thoughts? Did this provide you happiness? If so, how? Answers to each of these questions should be put in writing. You can think about them afterwards. No single definition of gratitude. We don't think that thankfulness can be defined in a single way. Definitions of appreciation that focus on feelings, characteristics, attitudes, routines, and even morals can be found. Gratitude is dynamic and multifaceted. We think that being grateful is a talent in and of itself. Your life will change tremendously for the better as you learn to be grateful. It will improve your connections and enable you to obtain more of the things you desire. Gratitude as an emotion. You've probably read that moods and thankfulness are closely related. We believe that emotion plays a bigger role. Emotion is a certain situation or experience that is personal. A person's mood is influenced by many different factors and is not always internal. When you consider being grateful, you typically respond to anything that happens in a circumstance where you are in a connection with someone else. You have received something from someone else, or you have given something to someone else. People are engaging in an exchange when they show thanks for what they have received. The feeling of thankfulness is strengthened by this exchange. Though most emotions are strong, thankfulness is particularly potent. In order to truly feel the emotion during an exchange, the one receiving gratitude must place themselves in the giver's position. You can sense the giver's intention when you put yourself in their position. It is critical that the recipient truly senses the giver's true intentions in order for them to be moved to gratitude and react appropriately. Thus, it is a pretty potent emotional transaction indeed. There are plenty of causes to be feeling appreciative. Being grateful involves more than just giving and receiving. Furthermore, it extends beyond exchanging material goods. You should definitely be appreciative if someone else gives you wise counsel, for instance. You are able to convey your own gratitude. Your good health, the food you must consume, the people in your life, and your job providing the necessary income are all things for which you should be thankful. You have so much in your life right now for which you may and should be grateful, as you will discover as you read through this article. The majority of people are appreciative of what they get from other people, but they rarely, if ever, take action to show their gratitude for what they now have in their lives. Chapter 2: What you should be grateful for. You have a lot for which to be thankful, as we have previously stated. We will present you the information and techniques needed to cultivate a sincere attitude of thankfulness in this book. It will support you in forming the mentality that everything in your life is precious and that you should never take anything for granted. Developing a genuine attitude of thankfulness will require work. Nowadays, we all have busy schedules, but you still need to find time for thankfulness. You will be able to recognize when it is appropriate to feel grateful and when to act on that gratitude after reading this book. Far too many individuals take for granted everything that they own. Consider how your life could change if you were to lose some of these items. Are you appreciative of your well-being? If you were dealing with serious health issues, where would you be? How would you feel, therefore, if you were to abruptly lose your health, your automobile, or even your ability to see the people in your social circle? The response is really poor. Now picture getting all of these things back one by one. Could you just accept my gratitude? You would be, I'm sure. Start by appreciating what you already have. Seeking happiness in the things in your life that you now have is one of the finest methods to discover things for which to be thankful. When something major happens in life, like meeting the spouse of your dreams, getting promoted at work, or having a child, most people save their thankfulness. You need to think differently if this is how you are thinking. The following are some extremely simple things you can try. Be thankful for each new day that you are given as soon as you wake up every day. Your happiness will be determined by the way you view life, and it will also enable you to value the life you already lead. When you stop to think about it, you have a lot in your life to be thankful for. Even just considering this might uplift your spirits and make you feel much happier. Decide to count the little things in life that you often take for granted and learn to be thankful for them. Observe the little details in your environment. Little things in life are abundant and easy to take for granted. You can truly learn to appreciate your life more when you begin to focus on these little things. Learn to appreciate nature more, for instance. Be thankful that nature can provide you with such lovely things when you see a gorgeous butterfly. How about the food that's on your table each and every day? What about the fact that you have the energy to accomplish the tasks you need to complete and the oxygen to breathe? Despite the simplicity of these things, you will feel even more content with your life if you begin to truly recognize and value them. Place everything in a grateful perspective. Having an attitude of thankfulness will greatly aid in helping you to see things in a more positive light. On occasion, you may have days when nothing seems to be going right for you. On days like these, remember yourself that every challenge presents a chance for personal development by utilizing your capacity for thankfulness. Everybody has obstacles in their lives that they must get past. Adversity in whatever form can present opportunities for growth when you adopt a grateful mindset. Give this your whole attention and express gratitude for the opportunities this presents. Perhaps you will get new knowledge or acquire a new ability to solve a related issue in the future. Jot down the things you have gratitude for. We encourage you to jot down the things that come to mind for which you are grateful in order to cultivate an attitude of appreciation. You'll find it easier to recognize the little things in your life for which you should be grateful as a result. You'll experience more joy, harmony, satisfaction, and delight as long as you keep finding value in life's little pleasures. Never view a challenging circumstance as a kind of punishment or as something you must endure in life when you find yourself in it. Acknowledge and respect issues. Make a mental shift to accept that you should be thankful for every challenge you have in life. Consider all of them as opportunities to grow as a person. Everything is a component of your personal development process. Never should you find yourself without anything for which to express gratitude. You have so much in your life for which to be thankful, and you will experience a great deal more happiness if you practice thankfulness. Put an end to assuming anything. If you are experiencing depression for any cause, try finding something for which you are thankful in order to lift your spirits. It will become rather simple for you to recognize something for which you should be grateful if you make it a habit to do this. Chapter 3: Gratitude leads to abundance. Concentrating on what you lack in your life is the antithesis of being grateful. Too many people focus on their need and as a result lead rather unpleasant lives. You will continue to experience more lack if you continue to focus on it. People never realize this, yet this is how the law of attraction operates, and it is an unbreakable law of life. It makes little difference if you accept the law of attraction or not. There's a ton of evidence to back up our belief that it works. However, consider this: is it really going to make you happy to constantly be thinking about the things you lack? Take advice from the law of attraction. The law of attraction has numerous definitions. To put it simply, your life will attract or manifest what you give your attention to. Using the law of attraction's power involves more than just thinking. But this is the beginning of it all. Those who whine and complain all the time frequently find a lot more things to be upset about. Have you ever pondered the reason behind this? These folks are receiving what they desire thanks to the law of attraction. The universe responds to the complainer's negative vibrations by giving them more unpleasant things. Hence, the opposite of this is to express gratitude for what you already have. You are fostering feelings of abundance when you act in this way. The universe will respond to your positive vibrations by sending you more of them. You may focus your thoughts and position yourself to generate even more of the things that bring you joy by practicing gratitude for what you already have. As you already know, thankfulness is a very strong feeling. You will be able to manifest more when you express it, since you will generate a highly positive energy. Think that abundance is created by gratitude. The connection between abundance and thankfulness is one that many people find difficult to understand. Here, we're asking you to take a big risk and trust that you will attract prosperity into your life if you practice gratitude on a daily basis. Being grateful will help you align yourself with the universe so that you can manifest abundance through the wonderful energy you create. Having gratitude in your life can help you achieve all of your goals and dreams. As you consistently cultivate an attitude of appreciation, you'll see positive changes in your life and an increase in manifestation. Your subconscious receives strong signals every time you express thanks. Because of its immense strength, your subconscious will detect very quickly whether you truly value the things in your life. Thus, you will be assisted in this situation by two really potent forces. The law of attraction operates on the basis of vibrations, or thoughts and feelings, and is triggered when you express gratitude for the things you currently have in your life. And lastly, if your subconscious mind thinks you're sincere about achieving your goals, it will assist you in obtaining anything you want. Your subconscious will be persuaded that you genuinely desire to get more of what brings you happiness by the signals you send it when you show thanks. Negative thoughts are incompatible with abundance. You can never enjoy abundance if you have a pessimistic outlook on life. There is just no fitting together of the two items. Becoming grateful for what you now have and what you observe around you is a terrific way to start thinking positively if you want plenty in your life. You'll start to notice some amazing improvements in your life as you cultivate an attitude of thankfulness. These could include adjustments to your social network, your job or professional life, your health and wellness, and your feelings and behaviors. To witness such gains in your life, all you need to do is give up whining about what you lack and learn to be grateful for what you do have. This is a big improvement that will put you on the path to prosperity. Decide to look at your blessings as being far more abundant than your troubles. You'll become considerably happy and have a much more optimistic view as a result of this. With time, you'll start to feel that no challenge in life is too great for you to handle and that no obstacle will ever cause you to feel pessimistic about your situation. When we need it, we can all draw on our good energy. It's difficult for most people to comprehend, yet this is the reality. Your past thoughts have created who you are. The things that surround you now are a result of your past thoughts, if those were primarily negative ones. It is abundant around you. There will always be plenty in the universe. It remains there forever and is all around you right now. You must cease concentrating on the minor problems in your life that the majority of people seem to be fixated on. It's not a good idea to get worked up over having to take out the trash, yet a lot of people seem to think that way. Therefore, consider all of the meals you've eaten and the items you own that contributed to the trash accumulation if you start to feel bad about having to take out the trash. Food wrappers and other wrappers from everyday items are all disposed of in the garbage container. This might sound absurd, but it's a significant first step in the direction of abundance and thankfulness. Everybody has limiting beliefs that shape their identity and possessions. It's possible that you didn't have enough money in your life since you were taught as a youngster that money doesn't grow on trees. It is possible to modify limiting ideas, and expressing genuine gratitude for the money you now possess is a positive first step. No matter how little money you have, the fact that you are thankful for it indicates to the universe that you desire more. Additionally, it communicates to your subconscious that having money makes you joyful. Therefore, by expressing thankfulness, you can draw from the boundless resources that the world has to offer. Having an attitude of thankfulness will allow you to seize a plethora of fresh possibilities and live a rich life. Gratitude is the path to true plenty. Chapter 4: Developing a Gratitude Mindset. The majority of people lack an attitude of thankfulness. We will teach you how to cultivate a thankfulness mindset, so don't worry if you don't have one already. You can become one quite quickly with commitment and practice, so please study this chapter from beginning to end and heed its instructions. The advantages of a thankfulness mentality. You will view life more positively rather than negatively when you adopt an attitude of thankfulness. You shall have a far more optimistic outlook on life rather than one filled with resentment and distortion about everything. Everything in your life will start to appear much more positive. As a result, you'll feel much more content with your life and hopeful about the future. Does this imply that you will have to make do with not getting your wish fulfillment in life? Naturally, it doesn't. You have the power to make changes in any of these situations: a cruel boss, insufficient income, or an unjust partner. You'll need more energy if you want to make significant changes in your life. Having an attitude of thankfulness will give you this extra drive. You'll get closer to your goals if you can be grateful for what you already have. You'll become more focused and stop feeling guilty for not getting the things you want. Even if something is a huge issue for you, you will find the positive side of things when you have an attitude of thankfulness. Too many people struggle to find solutions to their problems and end up overwhelmed by them. It will be much easier for you to solve challenges if you view them as chances for personal growth and are appreciative of this. Changing your perspective to one of appreciation will improve your quality of life. You'll be able to proceed with complete assurance as you know that nothing will prevent you from reaching your objectives. Let's look at some of the ways you might cultivate a grateful mindset, because it truly is worth the effort. Create an attitude of gratitude with these 4 techniques. People can become ungrateful and cynical at times due to life. As a result, they are always dwelling on what they lack and are extremely unhappy with their lives. Even in this circumstance, you can cultivate an attitude of thankfulness by using the following strategies. 1. When you wake up, express gratitude. Put on your thankfulness hat as soon as you get out of bed and open your eyes in the morning. Consider 3 things for which you are thankful. This is a useful method. Try to feel as grateful as you can for everything. It's not necessary to consider the big things in your life for which you should be thankful. It's crucial that you are deeply moved by the thankfulness in this situation. Therefore, you should be thankful for a wonderful buddy who has always encouraged you and supported you in every way that they can. When you wake up, why not express gratitude for the fact that you have another day to live? Consider Monday mornings. Many people experience immediate depression when they get up on Mondays because they have a full work week ahead of them. No matter the day, someone with a thankfulness mindset is appreciative of life. 2. Express gratitude every night before turning in. Prior to retiring for the evening, consider 3 additional things for which you are thankful. Consider what transpired over the day and concentrate on the things for which you felt thankful. Perhaps you were assisted by someone at work, or perhaps you overcame a significant obstacle. Simply look around you if you are having trouble thinking of anything positive that happened to you during the day. You are protected from your house and in a cozy, comfortable bed. Expressing gratitude for this is a terrific idea. Give yourself a lot of thanks for having a roof over your head and for not being on the streets. 3. Start and keep an appreciation journal. Though computers are fantastic tools, putting things down on paper has much more power. Write down 3 things each for which you are thankful in your journal each morning and at night. Note how grateful you are to have these things in your life as well. Writing down your daily thoughts in a notebook may take some getting accustomed to, but the advantages are well worth the time. If you find it difficult to find something for which to be thankful, review your past accomplishments in your notebook. You will be inspired by this. It's not necessary for you to get an ostentatious leather-bound journal. Any notepad-style configuration will work. Don't let anything stand in the way of your intention to begin a journal. You will find journaling easier and more enjoyable as you write in it on a daily basis. 4. Show others your gratitude. Expressing thankfulness for what you have in your life can bring up powerful emotions that make you feel amazing. Expressing thanks to the people in your life is a fantastic method to further experience these feelings. When you genuinely express gratitude to others, you'll notice how much they value it, which will uplift you much. Your partner's face will light up when you tell them why you love them so much. Feel the energy from a buddy who has helped you recently and thank them. You'll acquire a thankfulness mentality more quickly the more you express your gratitude to people and get their comments. The other 3 approaches will also bring you there quickly, so resolve to use these strategies and practice gratitude regularly. Chapter 5: Gratitude for Empowerment. Is it possible to truly empower yourself via gratitude? Sure it can, and this chapter will show you how. In the last few chapters, you discovered that adopting a grateful mindset may increase your happiness and help you recognize the good in everything. Being thankful can benefit you in social circumstances as well because it will make you appear more kind and giving. Numerous research have demonstrated the health and psychological advantages of having an attitude of thankfulness. Frequent expression of thankfulness has been shown to improve health. Having an attitude of thankfulness can boost your immune system, which will have further health benefits. When you begin to express gratitude on a regular basis, you will probably find that you have more energy for life. Psychologically speaking, adopting a grateful mindset might assist you in realizing that life is about the experiences you have, rather than merely dwelling on the positive or negative aspects of it. Assume you have suffered a broken arm or leg in a severe auto accident. Your gratitude will come from the fact that you survived the accident and are still alive, rather than dwelling on the suffering and inconvenience caused by this. Gratitude fuels optimism. You will become far more positive if you are consistently grateful. You will constantly maintain your cheerful attitude no matter what issues arise. You will have so much faith in yourself that no issue, no matter how big, can sap your hope for the future. Pessimistic people are considerably more prone to not express thanks on a regular basis. They become even more pessimistic when faced with challenges because they perceive them as a form of punishment. Although there are many people in this scenario, it is not a good place to be. Consider oneself more favorably. Gratitude also gives you the ability to see yourself more positively than you previously did, which is another way it empowers you. It is much less likely for you to ruminate on the areas of yourself where you are lacking when you concentrate on the positive aspects of your life. Naturally, this does not imply that you should not strive to better yourself. In fact, you must do so. As you increase your gratitude practice, your empathy will get stronger. By doing this, you'll be able to control your bad feelings, including envy of other people. You'll be able to acknowledge other people's accomplishments without getting attached to them negatively. You'll have more energy if you have a grateful attitude. It might be challenging to find the energy necessary to go after the things you truly desire in today's fast-paced society. You might start to feel a new vitality within yourself by developing an attitude of thankfulness and often expressing your gratitude. You will always feel more invigorated when you shift your perspective from one of negativity to positivity. A future life that you view with optimism will give you a lot more energy than one that you view with pessimism. You will notice a significant increase in your enthusiasm for life after some time spent consistently practicing appreciation. You receive a positive energy boost from your thankful attitude, much like when you open your curtains and welcome the sun into your life. You can discover your true meaning by practicing gratitude. Setting and completing objectives and seeking numerous material possessions are only a small part of life. Finding your way to self-realization is possible if you adopt an attitude of gratitude. Having an attitude of thankfulness can make you more appreciative of other people, and you never know, this might be your calling. It is always a noble endeavor to be able to assist others. Finding time to express gratitude to others will make you feel wonderful on the inside, but it doesn't mean you shouldn't pursue your own objectives. Your social skills will improve with gratitude. You will become more popular with people due to your nice attitude and increased affability after you have been practicing thankfulness for some time. You will realize that you have more positive energy. You will find it much simpler to create mates as a result than it was previously. Also, you'll be able to establish far deeper connections with some individuals, and you never know where it may go. People will trust you more and you will become a more gregarious, helpful person when you have an attitude of gratitude. The way you've changed will be greatly appreciated by others, and because of your gratitude-driven nature, you'll probably make friends with new people you meet. Chapter 6: How you can learn gratitude. There's no reason to panic if you do not currently lead a life filled with appreciation. This chapter is centered around the good news, that is, you can learn to be grateful. The benefits will be worth it because it will completely change your life, but you will need to be ready to put what you learn here into practice and work hard. When things are good in their lives, most individuals have little trouble showing their thanks. Nevertheless, most people don't even consider expressing thankfulness while they are going through a difficult moment or even a catastrophe. To be clear, thankfulness is a mental attitude. And that's all there is to it. It's encouraging to know that, even in situations where everything around you appears to be falling apart, you can discover reasons to be thankful by adopting a positive outlook. You can find something to be thankful for no matter how awful circumstances seem to be. Never forget that life is relatively short and that we should be grateful for the simple fact that we are breathing and alive. Having an attitude of appreciation can help you to constantly think that things will get better, even when things go very wrong in your life, something that everyone experiences occasionally. You'll quickly notice a lot of similar themes and behaviors if you observe someone who has a grateful attitude in their interactions with others. Genuine expectations are held by those who possess a grateful mindset. Even with the most meticulous preparations, you must constantly acknowledge that life seldom goes as planned. It is for this reason that many of the most accomplished students in schools and universities end up with similar lives to those of typical students. Many people who you would think to be less talented than you have succeeded in getting the promotion you have always wanted. Alternatively, you might have known a mediocre student at school who all of a sudden becomes extremely successful after starting their own company. Nobody is aware of what lies ahead for them in the future. You should definitely consider doing so as they have a significant amount of control over it. That being said, you must be ready for the unexpected events that life frequently brings. You'll be able to take advantage of these situations and perceive them as opportunities if you have a grateful attitude. With an attitude of gratitude comes unconditional happiness. As they are aware that they will never be happy, those who practice appreciation don't establish expectations for themselves. Maybe one of the requirements for happiness is having a fancy car. You will not be content if you don't have this vehicle. It will just make you feel down to wait for this ideal car. A grateful mindset allows one to perceive the positive aspects of life every day. Contentment comes naturally to them, and they value both the little and large things in life. Hence, developing an attitude of unconditional thankfulness is necessary if you want to live a happy life. Don't let the desire for someone or something in your life determine your level of happiness. Good things come with bad things, as those with a grateful attitude understand. Accept that there are pleasant things in life and bad things as well. By taking this action, you will find it simpler to understand that there may very well be a negative aspect to all of the positive things in your life and to be grateful for what you already have. Thus, for instance, even while you relish the warmth and sunshine of summer, you have to face the fact that a harsh winter will arrive soon. If it is pouring rain outside, you may also accept that eventually the rain will stop and the sun will shine. Feeling of appreciation, individuals are hopeful. Regardless of how big the changes are in your life, you won't be affected at all if you develop the habit of being thankful for even the little things. The reason for this is that you will always be positive and content with life, requiring only a tiny flicker of hope. Individuals who frequently practice gratitude have a positive outlook on life. They recognize the complete extent of their personal growth and rejoice in even the smallest accomplishments. As optimism is significantly more beneficial than pessimism, which will always deplete you, you should embrace it wholeheartedly. The key takeaways for cultivating an attitude of thankfulness are thus now in place. All these things will fall into place if you practice regular expression of thankfulness and abide by these guidelines. With perseverance and never giving up, you may acquire thankfulness quickly and effortlessly by adhering to these guidelines. Chapter 7: Developing the Habits of Gratitude. There are several opportunities each day for you to express gratitude. Everyone finds it challenging, since being appreciative might be thwarted by unfavorable ideas that arise. When you are having unpleasant thoughts, you have a tendency to focus your attention on them and let bad emotions like anger, fear, and worry to control your life. Of course, there are occasions when these emotions protect us from real damage, but most of the time they are illogical. The secret is to keep your cool and refuse to let them become the source of your experiences and existence. To overcome this problem, you will need to put in a lot of effort to kick negative habits and develop positive new ones that will transform your perspective on life. It will take some time to do this. It seems improbable that being on a diet for a day would result in you losing all the weight you desired to lose. We are talking about long-term modifications here. Therefore, in order to foster an attitude of gratitude, we implore you to commit to these changes. You may make the required changes in your life with constant practice, and they will eventually become routine and form new habits. Remind yourself constantly that no matter what is going on around you, you have the chance to show gratitude. Even in the most annoying and disheartening situations, you can find something to be grateful for. As soon as you accept this, you'll be well on your way to developing an attitude of gratitude. Creating gratitude-based habits. Anytime you decide to change your routine or behavior, you have to accept that creating a whole new habit will take time and effort. Think back to your first driving experience. You had to drive safely for a short distance by paying great attention to a number of things. It is now feasible to go hundreds of kilometers without stopping. After enough time, the new behavior or habit merely becomes second nature to you. But getting there will take effort, a few difficult adjustments, and constant support and encouragement. Never underestimate the amount of effort and attention to detail required to develop a Thanksgiving practice. Here, contemplate the result. There are numerous benefits to developing an attitude of gratitude that can inspire you to keep working hard and move forward. Numerous research studies have been carried out about gratitude, with some of the most significant findings being as follows. You will become more aware of the abundance that already exists in your life. It will help you experience more abundance. It will reduce stress in your life. It will increase your optimism about the future. It will give you a stronger sense of community. It will improve your resilience to handling difficult events. It will increase your sense of emotional well-being. It will increase the amount of physical activity in your life. It will improve your physical health. It will decrease feelings of depression and anxiety. It will give your immune and cardiovascular systems more strength and resilience. We suggest that you print this page or make a note of these benefits so you have a daily reminder to keep up the practice of gratitude. It will take time and effort to form new habits, so knowing that there are benefits like this one will help and inspire you. When you don't stick to the changes you made to your habit of appreciation, what happens on any given day? But you shouldn't stress over this or be harsh with yourself. Just pick up where you left off the next day and try to be as consistent as you can. You will ultimately find that you fall into an automatic thankfulness habit. If you want to make big changes in your life, you have to be patient and persistent enough to see them through. Developing an attitude of gratitude is no different than making any other type of life change. Just keep practicing, you will reap the benefits. You can start practicing these 3 wonderful habits of gratitude right now. 1. Work on your giving. Are today's youth and young adults surrounded by entitled adults? Entitlement is one of the main obstacles preventing thankfulness. If you subscribe to the popular view that every person has a right to everything in the world, it can be difficult to truly feel grateful for what you currently have. Before you can learn gratitude, you must overcome your attitude of entitlement. The good news is that you can accomplish this by choosing from a few different options. The first thing you should do is encourage an attitude of gratitude in your household. While you're doing it, you may also teach your kids the value of appreciation and why it transcends entitlement. It takes engaging in conversations and activities that revolve around giving, sharing, and building relationships with others to be a successful Thanksgiving instructor. This contrasts with consistently acting and then hoping for a reward. Even if the majority of people in today's world are inherently appreciative, there is still a great deal of entitlement mentality. Many people these days never fully recover from their disappointment when they don't receive what they feel they are entitled to. Therefore, practice giving without anticipating anything in return. The false belief that you owe anything to the world is erroneous, and it will only help to fuel your lifelong frustration, disappointment, and contempt. Nothing owes you by the world. 2. Thank you notes of gratitude. We've already talked about the power of writing things down. Writing quick notes of thank you to people is therefore another useful tactic for encouraging gratitude and eradicating feelings of entitlement. Many people have bad thoughts when they get thank you messages. When they were younger, their parents encouraged them to write long notes of gratitude to family members and other people for a variety of things. These had to be lengthy messages since the parents believed the recipient would genuinely appreciate them. Composing thank you notes could cause anxiety if, like many others, you were given this treatment. It can overwhelm you to the point where you put off writing the note entirely. It's not a good idea to feel pressured to write these kinds of notes, so you should change your viewpoint in this situation. In this situation, you should transition from feelings of obligatory gratitude to reflective gratitude. When you practice reflective appreciation, you will take a step back and think about the occasion related to the thank you note. Make sure you experience every emotion that was present at that precise moment. This should help you recognize the importance of what they have done for you. Then, if you could write a sincere message of gratitude, it would be really appreciated. A thank you message delivered in this way will have a significant influence on the recipient. Not quite the same impact will be achieved by sending out an obligation-driven note of gratitude. Just flip this around to thoughtful thanks, and it will be a lot easier for you to write something absolutely sincere that the receiver will really value. If you write these kinds of thank you notes to people, you can always anticipate a response. Experiencing firsthand the effects of your Thanksgiving practice on your loved ones will help you cultivate a grateful mindset. 3. Begin a journal of gratitude. Keeping a gratitude notebook is another wonderful practice to do on your path to developing an attitude of thankfulness. We have previously discussed this, and we strongly advise you to take action. Consider 3 things for which you are thankful every morning when you wake up. Jot these down as soon as possible in your journal. After giving each of the 3 things some thought, list your gratitude for each in your journal. One could express gratitude, for instance, for a work that provides for all of their expenses and food. After you've given it some thought, write down why you think this is vital. With the money from my job, I can take care of my family, whom I love deeply, and ensure that they have good food and shelter, could be an example. Write down why you believe what you believe. Avoid the urge to look for examples online because everyone is different and what matters to you might not matter to someone else. You are the only one who has to view your appreciation journal. Thus, simply express yourself, write in your own tongue, and make sure that your feelings are quite clear. Think of 3 more things for which you are thankful before going to bed each night, and then write down your gratitude in your journal. Making your daily entries of appreciation may seem difficult at first, but soon you will look forward to doing so. The ability to review and reflect on your thankfulness diary entries is one of its many advantages. Whether you have shown gratitude for the same thing more than once is irrelevant. What matters is that you have acknowledged and documented your thankfulness. Persevere, and it will become second nature to you to write notes in your gratitude diary every day. It won't take long at all. Chapter 8: Practicing Gratitude in Your Daily Life. It's time to begin incorporating thankfulness into your everyday routine. You have the option to work alone on this or, if you'd like, involve others. The most crucial element is consistent practice. It won't take long to cultivate an attitude of thankfulness if you are persistent and patient. We urge you to start making positive changes in your life by utilizing the techniques listed below on a daily basis. You'll see a lot of opportunities that you were previously blind to. Also, you'll start to see positive things in your connections with others that you hadn't noticed before, and you'll begin to feel genuinely connected to them. We must warn you that some of the techniques you will be practicing may cause you to feel a bit uneasy or even humiliated before we go into them. It makes no difference, just keep attempting them. Look past a little discomfort to the greater goal of changing your life in a grateful manner. Our recommendation is that you start meditating, and the first exercises center around this. Practicing mindfulness meditation is a wonderful approach to learn appreciation on a daily basis. This could be difficult at first if you have never meditated before. But if your attention wanders, stay going and keep focusing. Okay, let's get started. 1. Gratitude meditation. Locate a cozy chair in a peaceful area and take a seat. For this meditation, it is recommended to close your eyes, but if you would rather not, you can simply focus your soft gaze on the ground a few yards in front of you. Quiet your thoughts and begin to focus on your breathing gradually. Using your nose, inhale deeply and focus the air toward your heart. Imagine now that a gentle, violet light is radiating from your heart. Imagine the gentle light in your heart gradually blending with the violet light to become pink as you take a deep breath. Using your mouth to exhale, picture a gentle blue light ascending through your body and out of your mouth, moving away from the violet light. Say to yourself, gently, I am full of gratitude with each inhale, and I give my gratitude to the universe with each exhalation. Continue in this manner for 4 to 5 minutes. After that, either open your eyes or look away from the floor. 2. Gratitude Journal Meditation. A thankfulness notebook is something that this guide has touched on multiple times. It's time to get one if you don't already have one. All you need is a notebook that you can keep close to your bed. Nothing elaborate. Every night before you go to bed, take a seat in silence and concentrate on your breathing. When you're doing this, make sure your head is relaxed. Take a few deep breaths after closing your eyes or lowering your gaze gently to the ground. Observe every breath you take and release. Think back on the day's activities. Imagine what happened and pay particular attention to the moments that included beauty, generosity, or laughter. Observe your feelings while you concentrate on these points. Which type of ideas are you having? Once you've given your day some thought, carefully return your attention to your breathing and either open your eyes or cease staring. It's time for you to record your observations in your thankfulness diary. 3. Journal all gratitude. Start noticing things that went on during the day that you are thankful for. It makes no difference how big or small these things are. The fact that you are aware of things is considerably more important than their size or importance. You might feel thankful for anything as simple as a cup of coffee or tea, your work, the kind people in your life, etc. Write down every one of these thankfulness notes in your journal before you go to bed each night. Make an effort to recall every instance of thankfulness, but at the very least, note 3 things. You can review and consider these entries in your diary after a week of making them. 4. Breathing focus. No matter how hectic you are, you can always carve out a little time to express thanks. Simply pause and give your breathing your whole concentration to do this. Take note of every breath you take in and out. Saying, "Thank you for my breath" to yourself after you have given your breathing some serious attention is a way to express gratitude for your life. Make an effort to accomplish this at least once each day and 3 times every week. 5. Use visual and audible reminders for gratitude. Because there are always a ton of other things we need to focus on, we all forget things. This is not helpful if you are attempting to develop a practice of thankfulness. Therefore, in order to help you stay on track, we advise you to make and post visual reminders in your house and place of employment. The purpose of these visual cues is to encourage you to take some time to practice appreciation. A few clever suggestions for visual reminders are: carrying a small stone in your pocket or purse. Each time you see the stone, it will remind you to be grateful. Put a visual note on your walls, a wall in your office, in your kitchen and bathroom which just has the words, "I am a grateful person." Use the alarm on your phone to remind you 2 to 3 times a day that you need to express gratitude. Create a visual reminding you to schedule short gratitude breaks throughout the day. Find a gratitude partner and remind each other of the need to practice gratitude throughout the day. 6. Gratitude and your family. Take full use of the opportunity to practice appreciation with your family if they are willing. If they are unsure, use the benefits list of thankfulness to persuade them to do so. It will truly assist you in cultivating an attitude of thankfulness in your household. Listed below are a few actions you can take. Make a thankfulness list with your family's assistance. Look for a nice spot, like the kitchen, to set up a whiteboard or a big piece of paper where everyone in the family may write things for which they are thankful every day. Decide on a weekly time slot when the family and you will review the list's contents and engage in reflection. Make a fresh list each week. 7. Written forms of gratitude. We talked about writing thank you notes in a previous chapter and using reflective thankfulness instead of required gratitude. We firmly think that you ought to incorporate this into your everyday existence by expressing your gratitude in letters and messages. Written words that are genuine can carry far more weight than spoken ones. A memo or letter of this kind can be kept for all time by the recipient. Words are fleeting unless they are captured on camera. For this very reason, people frequently save their sweetheart's love notes. It makes no difference if you haven't spoken to someone you owe thanks to in years. After all this time, just think of how excited they will be to get a letter from you thanking them. Thus, consider the individuals in your life who have contributed significantly to your current situation, both in the past and now. Spend some time thanking them in writing. Think back to the moment they came to your aid. What specifically did they do, and how did that help you to progress in your life? Include these details in your letter of gratitude to them. Tell them honestly how their advice and assistance have benefited you. Do you want to have even more of an impact? Before giving them the letter, personally deliver it to them and read it aloud to them. Make it a habit to express your thanks in writing. The recipients of even little thank you cards might be greatly touched by them. Make copies of every note you write and every letter you write, and store them in a box you can access frequently. As soon as someone helps you, no matter how modest the gesture, take a moment to write them a note of gratitude. If there are individuals who have truly made a significant difference in your life, a longer letter would be better. We strongly advise you to write letters and thank you notes, even though it could take some time to get into the habit. So, to start, resolve to write 3 notes or letters per week at the absolute least. Chapter 9: The Power of Gratitude in Relationships. These days, most people have hectic lives, and in such circumstances, it is simple to take our loved ones for granted. We therefore urge you to pause, consider all of your significant relationships, and recall the moments when you were genuinely appreciative of each of these individuals. Many people make the error of believing that those closest to them are aware of their thoughts and emotions. This is a bad notion, and you should always give your loved ones more space in your life so they know how much you value them. It is far too simple to live life in autopilot and lose conscious awareness of the people in your life who actually matter. Your brain will focus on that habit and not devote much of its efforts to anything else after it has been trained to follow a particular pattern. You have to work at breaking this habit and raising your level of consciousness. It's crucial that you start to notice all of the subtleties that your autopilot mind programming has been preventing you from seeing, rather than making lists of things you need to get done and becoming a slave to them. The advantages of thanking people in your relationships. In the modern world, divorces and breakups appear to be at an all-time high. On television shows, you often hear one spouse claim that the other left them or, worse, cheated on them because they didn't offer them enough attention. It is quite risky to take a spouse for granted, and we strongly advise against doing so. Your relationships may be greatly impacted by developing a greater understanding of thankfulness. Numerous studies have shown that showing your loved ones thanks by sending them presents, kind words, and other expressions of gratitude would strengthen your bond with them. Regular acts of thankfulness help strengthen your connections. Now that you are aware of this, it is in your best interest to learn how to express your gratitude to the individuals that matter most in your life. In relationships, being grateful is more than just expressing thank you. Saying thank you to your partner or other loved ones is perfectly acceptable, but keep in mind that they'll likely assume this is standard procedure and look forward to more from you. Making sure to include your observations, how much you need the person in your life, and your feelings about them is the key to verbally expressing gratitude in relationships. Your relationship with a person will become much stronger if you get this right. What does it mean to observe, then? A partner will take care of you in a lot of ways that you don't always appreciate. Perhaps they opened a door for you or did the dishwashing. It can greatly improve your relationship to let a loved one know that you noticed and are grateful for this. It's not tough to add how their act of compassion made you feel. Simply let them know that you felt special or whatever other emotion you were experiencing if they opened a door for you. Just consider how their behavior made you feel and the wonderful effects it brought about. It's difficult to let people know how much you value their presence in your life. Although admitting that you actually need people might often be difficult, it is true that you do. The people in your life will always have an impact on you. Therefore, being able to communicate to them why you are so dependent on them can greatly strengthen your bonds with them. In relationships, try not to limit your appreciation for others to only the things they do for you. Seek out other occasions for gratitude, as they do occur. Consider your partner's personality, for instance. Then express your gratitude to your partner for who they are as a person in addition to what they do for you. Express your gratitude to your partner for whatever attributes they possess, such as thoughtfulness, compassion, generosity, etc. They'll be incredibly appreciative of this and will probably tell you how lucky they are to have you in their lives in return. Chapter 10: Gratitude Best Practices. We encourage you to adhere to these 9 best practices in order to help you cultivate an attitude of thankfulness as quickly as possible. These best practices will support you in reaching your objectives and will lead you on a journey of thankfulness. 1. Numerous causes for gratitude. Never think of appreciation as the outcome of a give-receiver interaction. Furthermore, it is not limited to tangible objects. People will occasionally give you wise counsel, and you might thank them for it. For example, consider everything in your life that you take for granted. What about the people in your life or the fact that you wake up every morning and get to live another day? You can always find something to be thankful for. 2. Choose what you have gratitude for. Seek contentment in the things that are currently in your life. You probably take the little things in life for granted, so pay close attention to them. Start paying closer attention to the natural world and consider the things you take for granted, such as having a roof over your head and the food you consume. Consider every challenge you face as a chance to learn and grow, and be thankful for that. Most people have a bad attitude toward their problems and allow them to consume them. Understanding and valuing your challenges will make you much stronger and more intelligent. 3. Being thankful brings abundance. Gratitude is a mindset that will lead to more abundance in your life. Expressing gratitude to the universe and your subconscious mind sends wonderful signals. The things you truly want in life will come to pass according to the law of attraction, and you can manifest more by practicing gratitude. It is crucial that you think abundance follows from thankfulness. Speaking thankfulness brings positive energy into your life, and the more you practice being appreciative of others, the better your life will become. 4. Establish an attitude of gratitude. A mindset of appreciation is not possessed by the great majority of individuals. Most things in life are taken for granted by them. Having an attitude of thankfulness may greatly increase your optimism for the future and enable you to find the positive aspects of life, even in the face of adversity. Always express thankfulness both when you get up in the morning and right before you go to bed at night to help you cultivate a gratitude mindset. Create a gratitude diary and write in it each day. Make it a point to thank people as often as you can and use their feedback to motivate yourself to keep going. 5. Gratitude gives you power. You'll be empowered by gratitude in more ways than you could imagine. It will instill optimism in you and assist in shifting your perspective from one of negativity to one of positivity. It will also enhance your empathy and help you see yourself more positively. You'll notice that you have more energy and are much more excited about life when you adopt a grateful mindset. It will also assist you in finding the real purpose of your life. Gratitude will also help you become more socially adept. You'll make friends more quickly and build stronger bonds. 6. You can acquire appreciation. You can acquire an attitude of thankfulness if you do not currently possess one. You will be able to express thankfulness even in the face of setbacks, but you will need to be ready to put in persistent effort. People who are grateful set reasonable goals and are ready for life's frequent surprises. You can live a life of unconditional bliss when you adopt a grateful mindset. You'll be incredibly upbeat about the future and realize that good things sometimes come with bad. 7. Establish habits of gratitude. It's critical that you cultivate a practice of gratitude. You can replace your current, unsupportive of gratitude habits with these ones. You will need to be persistent and patient since it will take some time for habits to become automatic. There are numerous advantages to gratitude, both for one's physical and emotional well-being. Make a list of them and refer to it as a guide. Start expressing your thanks to people. Write sincere thank you messages with contemplative rather than obligated thankfulness, and begin keeping a gratitude diary where you can record your daily blessings. 8. Express gratitude every day. Practice appreciation every day to help you develop it. Express your thankfulness through meditation. Before turning in for the night, consider the day's events and write down any instances of appreciation in your journal. Jot down as many instances of appreciation as you can in your journal. Be grateful for your ability to breathe and pay attention to your breathing. Reminders that are both visible and auditory can help you remember to be grateful. Encourage your family to join you on your appreciation journey by getting them involved. Regularly send thank you notes and letters of appreciation. 9. Show gratitude in your connections. The most significant individuals in a person's life are frequently taken for granted. Avoid making this error as it may result in tears for you. It is important to remember that those you love may not always be aware of your thoughts and emotions. Allow them into your life to let them know how much you value them. It takes much more to use appreciation in relationships than simply expressing thank you, even if this is the standard. When expressing your gratitude to someone in a relationship, don't forget to mention how they make you feel and why you need them. Consider the significant individuals in your life as human beings and give thanks for their attributes. Conclusion. In this video, We have gone into great detail to explain the true meaning of thankfulness and all of its many advantages. It's your time now. Kindly don't take any action after reading this guide. Develop your grateful mindset by putting all that you have learned to use each day. You'll notice a big improvement in your life once you adopt an attitude of thankfulness. You'll notice that more positive things happen to you and that your perspective on life is much more hopeful. Thus, resolve to live a grateful life and begin cultivating your thankful mindset right now.